Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonja and I'm very grateful for you to be here today. We are practice today to open up our shoulders and strengthening our upper back. Lately everybody is hanging over the computers and it makes our upper back rounding and collapsing. The pectoral muscles get shorter and ultimately the head comes forward as well, right? And it can affect our breathing. So we are learning to strengthen the shoulders and we strengthen the upper back, the triceps, the rhomboids in between the shoulder blades, and the trapezius, okay? So sit up tall first and take your gaze forward, soften your gaze, close your eyes and center for a moment. You can take your hands in a abiding mudra on your thigh. If you need more energy, turn your palms around, interlace your fingers, your thumb and index finger. Draw the back of the skull back, sit up very, very tall. Reach through the crown of the head. And then focus on your breath for just a moment. Allowing yourself into the present moment, the here and now. Find the breath equal in length and deepen the breath. And I'm reading a quote from Irene Papas. True strength, balance, and happiness reside in the daily decisions we make for our health and well-being. Okay, and then open your eyes, bring your hands to the heart for a moment, and bow your head. And then release your hands down. From here, we take the right arm forward and take the right arm towards the sky. Here we have an outward rotation, the tricep moves forward, the bicep alongside the ear. And turn your chin over to the left. And then take your right arm down to the side. Lower it down as you lower the left ear a little bit more over to the left side. And then release your hand, come back to the center, take your left arm up. Strongly draw the tricep forward. Turn your chin over to the right side. Take your arm over to the left. And let your right ear go down to the right shoulder. And lower the arm, come back into the center. Now take your right arm forward and bend your elbow. Take your right hand onto your right shoulder. Left hand to the elbow. Draw that arm bone back into the socket and then lift the elbow up. Tuck the chin down for a moment as you take your hand behind your upper back. And then press the back of the skull against the right forearm. Sit up very tall, soften your front ribs in. Keep drawing your right tricep forward. And then take your chin over to the left side. Sometimes when the upper back muscles get tight, it also affects or can affect our neck. And come back to the center and release your hands. Take your left arm forward, bend your elbow, take your right hand onto that elbow, draw that arm bone back and lift it up. Help to lift it up. Tuck your chin for a moment and then press the back of the skull against the left forearm. Keep sitting up tall. You might feel a deep stretch on your left outer arm. And then turn your chin over to the right side. And very slowly release. Take your hands down by your side. Okay, from here, we come forward onto our belly. Lay down onto the belly. Bend your elbows. And then from here, lift the chest and lift the elbows away from the mat. You don't have to lift and the chin forward, lift from the back of the skull. Lift the forearms as high as the elbows and slowly release back down. Take your forearms forward. And then again, one more time, take your elbows out to the side. The elbows are in alignment with the shoulders. We lift the elbows up, forearms up, and lift the chest. Again, the back of the skull lifts. And exhale. Release back down. And then place your hands into the mat and press yourself back up. We come back into a seat. Okay. From here, we take the arms straight out by the side, from side to side like a T. And then bend your elbows. And we want to lift the elbows and the arms in the same height. Notice the upper shoulders, the muscles behind the upper back. And then turn your palms facing each other. Lift your arms up. And again, shoulders I have to check from side to side. Turn your palms forward and make sure that your forearms as far back as your elbows. Inhale, straighten your arms up. And exhale, hands by your side. And from here we come up into a chair pose. I take my blanket away to the side. So bend your knees. And with the inhalation, reach your arms alongside your ears. Rock back towards the heels. And exhale again, bending your elbows. Draw the elbows back, but also your forearms. Inhale, straighten your arms. And with the exhalation, take your right arm back. Lift it back up. And take your left arm back. Lift it back up. Exhale, right. Do it very slow. Draw the outer hips back. Stay in the seat. Take your left arm back. And lift it back up. With the exhalation, take both hands back, interlace your fingers. Elbows are bent. Take your fists onto the lower back and draw the elbows towards each other. With the exhalation, hinge forward Let the head go, straighten your legs, and take your arms, your knuckles towards the ceiling. Notice the shoulder heads want to go down, lift them up, broaden your collarbones. And bend your knees again. Lift the chest, bend your elbows. Elbows draw towards each other. Release your hands and take them towards the ceiling. Straighten your legs and bring your hands to the heart. Okay, let's do a little flow together and incorporate those movements. With the inhalation, bend your knees again, reach your hands towards the sky. With the exhalation, take your hands back, interlace your fingers, fists onto the lower back, draw the elbows towards each other. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your arms, broaden your collarbones. Take a breath here. Release your hands down, plant your hands and step your right like a giant step back. With the inhalation, lift the top of the right thigh bone. Exhale, lower the right knee down to the mat. Draw your right knee, left heel towards each other and inhale, take your hands towards the sky. Draw the tailbone down, lift the heart and bend your elbows again. Draw the forearms as far back as the elbows. Draw the back of the skull back. Inhale, straighten your arms towards the ceiling. And exhale, take your hands down and straighten the back leg. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. And exhale, take your hands down. Step your left leg back. Shift forward. Lower to the heights of your elbows. Lower all the way down to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Roll the shoulder heads back. Pull back on the heels of the hands. Lift up to a low cobra. Exhale and fold. Take your fingertips out to the side, elbows on top of your wrists, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, curl the toes under, press yourself back onto your knees and all the way back to the sit bones, to your heels. And then keep the length in your upper body. Spread your fingers and lift your knees up and back, coming to downward facing dog. If you have tight hamstrings, bend your knees or pedal your heels. With the inhalation, take your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, shift forward, rounding your spine this time. Stretch the upper back, lift the gaze and step your foot through. Straighten your right leg, bend it again, step your left foot forward to meet the right. Come back to chair pose and straighten your legs. And bring your hands back to the heart. Bend your knees, inhale. Chair pose, rock back. Hands behind the back. Take your left thumb above your right, shoulder heads back. Bend your elbows. And then straighten the arms. Come into a forward fold. Activate the muscles between the shoulder blades. And bend your knees again, release your hands, plant your hands and step your left leg back. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Pull your left knee, right heel towards each other. Inhale, come into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, palms forward, bend your elbows. Make sure that forearms are not further forward than your elbows. So check that from side to side. Inhale, straighten your arms. And exhale, take your hands down. Straighten the back leg. Step your right leg back. Shift forward. Lower to the heights of your elbows. Lower all the way down to the mat. Uncurl the toes. If you're a woman, take your feet a little bit wider. Fingertips out to the side. Come into a Cobra Pose. Shoulder heads move back. Back of the skull back. Maybe lifting the chin slightly. Kneecaps lift. And exhale all the way down. Plant your hands. Press yourself back onto your knees. And again, all the way back to the heels. Keep the length in your torso. Keep the straight arms. Lift the sit bones up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the nose, shift forward, step in between the hands. Straighten your front leg for a moment. Bend your knee again and step your right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs and bring your hands to the heart. From here, we step the feet wide. Come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Roll the shoulder heads back. And we come into Gomukhasana arms. We take the right arm up towards the sky. Bend your elbow, take your hand behind you again, just as we practiced. Help with the left hand to draw the elbow down and back. Take your left arm out to the side, internally rotate, take your hand behind you, grab your fingers behind you. Take a deep inhale, draw the left shoulder head back, soften the front ribs in, and exhale, hinge forward. Firm your outer hips in, let the head go. But then press the back of the skull still against your right forearm. Keep the right elbow lifted. And very slowly press down into your feet and come back up. Release your hands slowly. Take your left hands back towards the sky and exhale all the way down. Take your left arm forward and up. Externally rotate the arm, bend your elbow, reach back, take your right hand and help with the left elbow. Press the back of the skull into your left forearm, right arm out to the side, internal rotation, reach back and clasp your fingers behind you. And very slowly, hinge forward and lower down. Again, I press the back of the skull into the left forearm. And slowly inhale, press down into your feet and come back up. Release your hands. Take them towards the ceiling. And exhale by your side. Step your feet back together. Okay, shake out your legs a little bit. And then we take Garudasana legs and arms. Okay, so I take the 2 blocks here in case for a kickstand. Okay, bend your knees, inhale, come into chair pose. Keep your arms lifted, lift the right knee into the chest. Cross your right leg over the left, tuck your toes behind, or keep your toes onto that kickstand. Draw the right outer hip back, take your arms forward, cross your left arm above your right, twist your arms around, lift your elbows shoulder height and press them forward. And then very slowly release your right knee into the chest. And very slowly take your right leg back, lower your upper body parallel, straighten your right leg. And then bend your front knee and step your right leg a giant step back. Inhale, release your hands, take them towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your hands forward and step your right leg forward to meet the left. Come halfway up, exhale and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Bend your knees, other side, rock back. Grounding your right foot, left knee into the chest. Cross your left leg over and tuck your foot down behind. Or use your kickstand. Balancing is not always easy, not every day, especially if we get older. Hands forward, right arm above your left, twist your arms or press your forearms together. Now very slowly press into the right foot, lift the left knee into the chest. And then hinge forward. And bend your front knee, step your left leg back. Inhale, lift up. Release your hands, take them towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat. And step your right leg back this time, and we lower back down to the belly. From here, we take one elbow out to the side and straighten the other arm forward. We lift the chest, lift the right leg and left arm. And exhale, release back down, bend that elbow. We straighten the right arm. Lift it up, lift the chest, lift the left leg. And exhale, release back down. Sway your hips from side to side. And then we inhale, both arms out to the side, lift the chest. Again, the elbows, the forearms as high as the elbows. Lift up from the back of the skull, not reaching your chin forward. And exhale, Release back down. One more time each. Bend your left elbow, right arm forward. And inhale, lift the chest, lift the left leg. And exhale down. Left arm forward, lifting up. And exhale down. This time we take actually I don't have space, so we keep the elbows bent. We lift up again, lift the chest. And exhale down. Sway your hips from side to side. Slide your hands back, curl the toes under, lift up and back. One more time into downward facing dog. Lower the knees, take your knees apart, big toes together, come into a child's pose, rest your forehead onto your hands. You can stay here as long as you like. I hope you feel good. You probably feel those muscles tomorrow. Enjoy. And I'm reading that quote one more time. True strength, balance, happiness reside in the daily decisions we make for our health and well-being. Irene Papas. Thank you so much for being here today. Please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. Thank you.